All right, get ready for round one. Get
I
my
better see a
ass
BE being
off the
swung.
stage. Whoa, that's a hell of a jump. Meow. 3,
Where's horse to record?
2, 1. Fight! And I'm pretty sure I am recording. I am recording. Lucifer's got this covered, okay? Horse is taking a day off.
I'm just hoping the power decides to randomly come on in the middle of this.
Here comes a new challenger.
Skate come to take the champ.
Mhm.
Crazy, rocking that bow. I don't think I've seen anybody PvP in quite a while, but then again, I haven't been around, so maybe you guys have been PvPing every single day. I don't know.
Definitely not in September, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, that's,
Nope.
that's very true.
For a multiple amount of reasons.
Fishu with that attack speed plus tome, the clock strats. Feel like at this point that's the Fishu special. Fishu special. Fishu special. I'm not gonna say that 3 times fast.
Or even one time slow.
Oh, that's right.
Fishu sells seashells by the seashore.
I'm so jealous. KK's one of the people that got my damn skin that I couldn't fucking get.
What, Leafy?
The Mardi Gras.
Oh,
skin that
yeah.
I-
Wait.
a bit-
The Mardi Gras game came out?
he had put a bunch of them in the pinatas the other day for people to get. So quite a few people got them. I never got it.
Oh.
Yeah. But he put it in because I asked. So I mean, he gave me a chance.
It's like the red hit skin being voted in this
Oh
month.
my
The red lines, and then Beast not being able
One
to use
time
it.
I vote for it and Beast can't even use it, man.
Dude, it was
Oh,
me
poor
and him.
Beast.
We were the ones always voting for it. Finally get it.
I was like, all right, y'all can have it. Then that freaking hurricane's like, nah, y'all can't have it.
And I don't even know when they get in power. I don't know where Beast is at. I know J-Max and Livingston. It might be longer, I think, for them, unfortunately.
I'm pretty sure
Hopefully
that
not October.
this is all just like a press tour excitement thing for the weather update for Agos.
Man, that's what
Bro,
I
yeah.
said.
Some people are saying, they're saying for some people they might not get power till like the 29th or 28th.
Oh, no.
Jeez. Might as well move at that point.
Wish I could, boy. I'd move out this country.
Crazy finding the frustrating thing of fighting a vitality account with 12 intelligence is that you stand the hell out. There's just no such thing. Like you can. I almost recommend just using classic in these fights because if you just use classic and you don't run around a bunch of DCs and all kinds of other shit just missing all the time, if you just focus on just classic, the efficiency.
With Fishu having that clock, what is that weapon called? DC. Yeah, the clock DC combo. I would not be using a classic.
That
at
was
least willy nilly.
Great bow shot
Fishu
right
has
there.
fit now.
Fishu's got everything. Why would you think that Fishu does not have a thing?
I mean, I thought he was still like almost all strength. Well, I haven't
Oh.
played for like a week.
I didn't
I
actually
think he
hear.
respect to have like 70 STR and stats elsewhere.
He's a tanky boy now. I misheard you. I didn't know you were talking about stats. Yeah, he reset.
Okay.
Okay, well, at least the mods had the foresight to not give that hat combo 7 defense. Although, wait, no, it wasn't that one. It was horns and that. Never mind.
Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's probably a good thing that Vit never got the +5 health.
Yeah, because it's still, bro. Me PvPing people on Fae, dude, just like hit me 100 times and I'm still standing, and I'm like, yep.
I think we're still in fight 1. Don't worry, boys. We got 15 more to go. They got to tie it up each time. Go the whole distance. Oh, Fishu man takes round 1. Fishu.
Looks like you better place them 6 stat points, KK.
HP? Nah. Really? Are you gonna go through this entire tournament and not put the? What are you waiting for at this point? I felt like you were waiting for the hats to come out. You know, the hat combinations or something,
Using yeah.
or some kind of I don't know. I don't even know. At this point, I'm just confused. Uh-huh. I don't think you know anymore. I think you did know at some point.
You gotta keep them just in case the stats get changed around again.
Ah,
You never know.
yes,
You
yes.
never know.
Doubtful.
Just put. I think we're gonna see. If Crazy goes down by like five or six or something, he's gonna slap him into intelligence, and then we're gonna see the reverse. And he's been waiting for this moment. This is it. Okay, round two. Hey, 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 hey. Get a little jittery there. You good with the tome there, KK? You want to reset or you Gucci? You're looking pretty Gucci. 3, 2, 1, fight! Both rocking the attack speed plus this time. See if KK can get off a couple bow shots here before he swaps over. Honestly, if you were getting like super mathy with it, oh, they both miss and both trade evenly. Oh,
Oh.
if you were to get super mathy with it, you could know how much like base stamina you would have at level 100, and know how much stamina you got from the intelligence, whatnot. You could count how many swings that they did throughout the match, because you don't really get that many ticks unless you do these kind of pauses like this. And you could know when Fishu is basically out of stamina, or KK, or the like. But I don't think anyone really gets very mathy with this game. This is it is a couple of stick figures at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, KK. Where's that illusion? Where's that illusion?
I don't know. In this particular fight, as fancy as it would be, I don't recommend it.
Destroy.
Like there's on one side, if you're slow enough, you might actually get both hits. On the other side, if you miss, you just stamina yourself out. It's brutal. I honestly recommend you just put on like one classic, or two or three, whatever you want to do, but just one. You get good accuracy on that. You practice that accuracy over the course of like 5 rounds. Then you won't stam out. You get to like put consistent pressure.
I don't know, man. I just want to BE.
Not the hammer.
That's all I want. I want to BE. That's all you want to see me doing.
The blazing edge.
Yep. Ooh.
Just wants to blaze it. Oh, I feel like that should hit.
I feel like the bow is too. It was too close, so it probably did that shit when he did the point blank.
That's probably
true. If you shoot a bow and a mob is in front of you, it'll count that as you trying to hit it, and it won't hit the stuff behind it.
Right. Yep. Forgot about that. Oh, that one hit. I think it was a little further back. Crazy being a little more choice this time with his attacks. I think a little higher accuracy. Being a little more careful with that intelligence. It's another thing of fighting these like super bit tanky accounts is you just got to be on them all the time, but you don't have to swing because they're not very fast. It's more than likely you're gonna miss. But you just have to be standing on them, to just be jumping around them. But you can have no intent to swing until they do.
From
and then you can like
anniversary present. Nice, Josh.
Very nice. I love the sit skin there by Fishu. Was that one a Halloween drop, or is that specifically from the 100 shop?
The hay is just from the shop.
That's a real flaunt there of your credits.
I don't think they have a sit for Halloween, to be honest. Would be cool though.
Mm-hmm. Is the bucket still in the 100 shop?
Last time I looked, it was.
Oh,
It was that when the
I feel like
the
KK
haystack.
has practiced those JMax shots there. Where you follow him off the edge. Oh, Crazy
Ooh.
runs him down with the Kodachi. Tied up 1-1. We got a series on our hands. It's not going to be an 8-0 sweep. It's going to go the distance. I know it. See, now I gotta give Fishu advice. Gotta think, how do you take down KK?
Honestly, I'd just run around. Well, I got a little more agi than both of them, so I'd really just jump around them indefinitely and make them waste like half their stam. Just start swinging on them. Use dot stuff so they can't fucking get their ticks back. Because you know KK got that he be using that sorcerer cover. If you keep
Legitimate
hitting them with
strategy
yeah,
to stand people out. I'm surprised
keep
people
hitting them
don't do
with
it more
dots.
often. Like intentionally stand people out.
I mean, if you just run around using something like a trimmer or something and just keep hitting them every now and then,
They're both looking ready for round 3. 3, 2, 1. Fight! Okay, I gotta actually like take notes. Or I'm gonna lose track of this shit. Okay, notepad here.
Oh, it's Mandan. How you holding up, bud?
Hey, Hurricane Mandan. PC run 1. You know, I gotta make like an Excel sheet for this shit. Beast, you have walked into a lovely best of 15. So first to 8 wins between KK here and Vishu. This is the entire tournament. Right now, they're tied up 1-1. We're in round 3.
You know, me and
Ooh,
Uncle would have been in that if we was there.
those trades, but KK had a ninja cover. It's not so great. The only awkward thing about starting off with that cover is like sometimes you get down into a fight, and when they hit you once, you're almost like pressured into swinging yourself back because you might take a second hit on the way out, and then you get into a whole scrap, and you're committed, and you just did a whole trade with lower defense, and it's awful.
That's why I like using the.
Oh, crazy!
Oh my god!
He tried. I feel like that first hit. I don't even know if that hit from Fishu after the clock, because sometimes you get that bug after the clock hits. I didn't necessarily see it. Crazy getting off a couple of ticks here. Fishu trying the same, not quite.
That's why I like the Healy
Oh
cover.
my gosh, the bow shots as they're running off the edge. I love it by KK here. He's got a lot of bow practice under his belt. Okay, so round 1. I gotta make a whole chart. Make a whole spreadsheet. Round 1. Fishu. KK. Fishu took that one. Round 2. Round 3. There we go. Chart has been made. Ooh. Able to land that third shot there. I'm always really impressed by KK actually using that, but he's somewhere. Watch out, Fishu. Okay. He's somewhere around there. A little bit of teleportation going on, but we're back in it.
My question is, when did Fishu get a bow, or am I late?
Fishu?
Yeah, I thought he like still didn't have a bow or something, or am I just like remembering wrong?
I think he held out on it for a little while, but I think he picked it up a long time ago. I mean, he's gotten more hundreds of thousands of credits than anyone in the history of Agos, so I think he's got 3 bows over. Hey Taz, I missed you. Hello. Haven't seen my cat in a couple of weeks.
Kitty cat.
All right. I looked away for a few moments, but I feel like with KK being the one who's on the run, Fishu must be full or getting impatient. But with that account, with that setup, I feel like you never want to. Oh, Gets him with the hammer, doesn't have quite enough. Plus, with all the defense on, I mean, I'm pretty sure the defense from Def Plus gives you knockback protection, I think.
Unsure.
I don't think Vitality does at all, right? But I'm pretty
No,
sure
I don't
defense
think
does.
so.
And I think basically the best way, besides wearing a pot hat, to block hammers is just to wear RGH and
Oh,
defense.
what?
I don't know what happened there. Maybe part of the, like he was already far enough with the jump by the time that landed. That was a little awkward.
It hit like, yeah, it hit like the hammer part hit like right behind him, but like the edge of the hammer touched Fisu.
Yeah, we're gonna have to review that
Crazy.
footage.
That was wild. It might have just been out the hitbox though. Now, if you had the bone skin on,
What, that would have changed it?
yo,
Is the bone skin
it
faster?
wouldn't have. Nah,
Does skate know
it's just
secrets?
the hitbox looks weirder.
These skate secrets. All right, KrazyKilla putting on the pressure. I'm still really excited for these high intelligence, high agility accounts to maybe be more successful with that particular hat, with the cover
Ooh.
RGH hat. It's basically like having horns at that point. I think it's going to have 4 defense.
I'm not sure. I don't think I did that one. No, I didn't do that one. I put the MKH on my RGH.
Mhm.
I could have done it, but yeah, I kind of like hit that guard and then went to the desert and then it dropped me an RGH.
I think
Could
it's
not
the best
hit
hat.
that.
That speed
Yeah.
and that defense.
Honestly,
Particularly.
personally, I would put the heli hat, a heli cover combo over it, just because I like the neutral jump up and shit with 40
That's nice, but you don't want to be trading hits with that though.
Yeah,
Like
but
they got 6 defense and you got like 0. It's like,
with a little agile, you could get some good dodges.
yeah, I like the niche use of it. I like swapping it on for a little bit to put on the chase. If you have a big HP lead and they're just running constantly, I like to swap over to the, oh gosh, is it a spear? It's not a spear, is it? Spike. It's a pike. Stone pike. Oh, Fisher gets off the hammer. Takes round 3.
Nice. There's a ninja.
Taking the lead here. Don't worry, KK. Plenty of time for a comeback. We want to see it. Well, Fishu, this is your first tournament with this stat reset, and what are you feeling so far about the Vitality build? What's your gut say so far? I guess there's 2 things. Like, do you feel that it's strong? Is one thing, and the other thing is, do you like playing it? Because it is a particular playstyle, aka run away, run away and sit your ass down. Cannon Bay? Is Pumice saying that there's a cannon guy
boy.
at the guard? Yeah, very different than 99 strength, etc. Well, so far it has the lead. Let's find out if KrazyKilla can tie it up. Prepare for round 4. 3, 2, 1. Fight! Fishu still rocking that attack speed plus. Probably still has that clock down. Maybe even the hammer still. It's a pretty great way to just close out a round if someone's not thinking about it. Hammer is just such a good weapon to just stick on your bar on like your W or your E key. Not even use it very often, but you wait for that moment where you see them, and you know, especially for a tank, it's even better for tanks because you can sit in particular spots that forces them to come to you, and then you trade better, and then like I don't know, I just find that they'll jump into stupid spots and not be thinking about that hammer, and then boop, out they go. But not as like universal as like those 50, 60 strength accounts that have hammer, where that you can just be on the top platform and they'll just knock you out no matter where you are. You lose that capability. But I don't know exactly how much vitality Fishu has. He has not yet deemed to tell me, but I'm assuming like 60 to 70. Maybe high 50s. He feels tankier than Onarimi. Similar, if not a little more tanky. KK on the chase here with that RGH cover combo. Kodachi, a great weapon for sticking on people, being right in their face. Definitely not very stamina efficient. So you can. I found that you can risk if you overuse Kodachi as like your only trading weapon, and you're fighting against a tank, that you'll end up stammed out, and you'll have to either continue the chase with punches, which is totally legitimate strategy. Even if you have a bar filled with 5 items, you can just unequip an item in the middle of a fight, swap to punches, and keep the pressure going. I have done that, but it's very risky because then all of the bonuses you got in the round you could just lose by trading a punch for, DC or something. But it's just necessary to keep on that pressure. Yeah, that hammer never gonna land right there. Still gets off the clock damage. Felt like that Kodachi should have hit, but what do I know? Little bit of ping involved sometimes. Ooh, good bow hit. I always get so mad when I get hit by a bow out of nowhere.
The stray bow shots, man. Always. I love getting people when they're falling down, like you were talking about earlier.
It's brutal. The rage begins. But you gotta have good accuracy with it. I mean, unless you have like a shit ton of intelligence. But then if you have a bunch of intelligence, then that's your whole build. You have to get those hits. If you're not getting those hits, you're not going to win the fight. So I'm a little bummed out that I haven't seen. Oh, KK takes round 4, ties it back up 2-2. All right, put that in. I'm very happy that we're just trading back and forth like this. Although if this continues, Fishu's gonna get the first win. So we gotta see we can change up the strategy here, KK.
So I might
You prefer
end
winning
up.
one behind.
I may end up missing the entire event. Apparently, my people just got a text from Energy saying it may be the 29th of September before we get power.
Holy shit. Oh, man. I mean, you come out to California. I'm just saying.
Man, I wish I had somewhere to go, man, because this sucks.
I got some land available. It's got electric hookups. It's got septic. It's all ready. You just need to have a camper or something. feel like these guys are figuring out each other's styles, and then the other one picks up a win. Let's see who solidifies this lead. I think it'll be pretty hard to come back when someone wins like 2 in a row, get that mental going again. But you got to pace yourself for a match like this. You got to stretch those fingers, all right? It's exhausting. We have not yet seen KK appear. He did mention he's in the middle of dinner, etc., etc. Might have to be putting his kids to bed, etc. So we'll give him a few minutes here. Fishu, however, looking mighty ready. Oh my god. Present is for me. KK has logged back in. Boop, boop. Fishy, did you relog? Are you able to hit it? KK, I think you punched Fishy. I don't think you hit it. I could be wrong. Yeah, it's just me who's hit it. Oh, you did? Okay, well, anniversary present for me. Alright, guys. Let's see if Fishu takes the lead or if KK can get another return point here. Round 5. Oh, I'll wait for KK to dance a bit if you want to change items around. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Fight! Alright, KK sticking with the agility plus. I really respect that. I love it when people rock that agility plus. Still a really powerful tome, even though I feel like attack speed plus has like taken over as like the primary PvP tome. Agi plus used to be the number one, but with the addition of DC and with just the power of clock combos and intelligence in general, just getting stronger over time. I feel like attack speed plus is really taking over. Especially you can do like 2 classics or like 2 DCs and whatnot, and be able to swing them that freaking fast. I like just using classic and Kodachi, not even having clock on my hotbar or rapier and stuff. Like even though attack speed plus can enable rapier and clock to make them like actually usable, except in like surprise niche uses. Just using them on classic and Kodachi, just your basic bread and butter weapons, I find really effective because you can usually swing and then jump away in instances that you would have maybe taken a hit on the way out, especially if you swing early. Or get in like a really good trade where you trade 2 or 3 weapons for their 1 or something, and you're able to jump out in time. So, but anyways, much respect for the agility tome because, like, in a way, you can find yourself in that right position to get off a free hit, whereas like defense plus, you can get off. Your trades will be better, and so you get a health advantage that way. Agility, if you can get in the exact right place to dodge away and get a hit, it's almost like having the additional HP to get from like a Def Plus or something. Oh, KK runs him down with the leaf cutter there. I kind of forgot that, wait, leaf cutter. Tree trimmer. Don't let Goopy hear that. KK takes round 5. Er, er, 3-2. That was a mistype. Got this all under control. Wait a second. Yeah, it is round 5. Okay. Not losing my mind. 3, 2, 2. There we go. All right, Fishu. Show me the moves. Let's tie it back up again. We can't have anybody be taking the lead here. It's not allowed. Round 6. 3, 2, 1. Fight. Alright, KK has found a winning strategy for him so far with that agility tome, being able to bounce around outside of the range of DCs and classics, and especially the clock there. I don't think Fishy managed to land maybe more than one clock in that last fight, if I counted correctly. I don't think it resulted in a combo. And a lot of times that's what I find is if you have that strategy in mind, that you kind of live or die by it. If you can get off a clock into like 2 DCs or something, then that's just a massive lead. And then they need to come back and chase you constantly, especially if you have that HP advantage. But if you are swinging that clock too much, you can't stand yourself out. Think about the avenues for Fishu to win. I mean, the main thing is when someone is running this like super high speed kit is really to do what Fishy's doing right now, which is stick in that little pocket. I find. I usually find if somebody's running it on Agility Plus and Bow, that ever being on that top area or ever finding yourself in the middle of the bottom stone area is a mistake. And just sticking to the side platforms is your way to victory. Great DC hits there by Fishu. Oh, that is not a winning situation there for Killa. Now, KK uniquely does have the patience or the, I don't know, strategy changing in mind, for lack of a better way to say it, in that he's willing to just like have a sit off with Fishu, even though Fishu probably has like double his vitality, or at least 10 or 20 more, and then try to win just by hammer. But it's not a consistent strategy. Fishu this time choosing to jump out of the pocket and just go chase him down. Just bring the pressure to him. See what happens. It's working out. See, you have me advising people just, sit in the corner, protect your pocket, use your stats. And Fishu's like, no, fuck that shit. I'm going to run him down with attack speed plus and win anyway and prove that all of my commentary is just a bunch of fluff. It's all right. I respect it. If you got your own strat, you can use it. KK, I don't know if he swapped over to attack speed plus because he ran out of the agility, but does give a little more options for that hammer to hit. Big hit by KK, but Fishu is not out. Where are you, Fishu? Are you okay? I see you on the right platform, but after a hit like that, I have no idea where you might be. Jump up and down if you're good. Oh, you're out. You got all the way out. Holy crap. Where did you land? Like right there? I'd have to go look back at that footage but I mean you flew from, well, on my screen you were on the top plat when you did get hit there. Yeah, you are jumping around quite a lot. I wish with the OBS I could get a live way to go back and look at something, but I'd have to stop recording and go back, so that's frustrating. Crazy, what do you say about that? That was a little whack. I'm gonna leave that one up to you, whether or not we replay that round, because that was a little strange what just happened there. You saw him up top as well. If you want to take the win, it's no disrespect, but when buggy ass things happen, just leave it up to you guys to.
Just remember, skate always gives you another round.
That's very true. Yeah, I saw that too. That you hit him and he landed on the side plat, and then it wasn't until he jumped that suddenly he's over on the far right. And I think what happened is on his screen, he was exactly where he's sitting right now, and if you were to hit him right there with the hammer, then he would just land where you are now. But instead he was up at the top. And that's that bug where like if you do a basic jump. Wait, this is a terrible hat to do this with. Stupid. There we go. If you do a basic jump, and sometimes you'll land, like you'll lag out, and on the other person's screen you'll keep running. And so then if you hit someone while they're glitched out running, then they would fly off from there. Like the server gets all confused. So to me that really seemed like a buggy win. You're you both have a win. Okay, all right. Are you okay with that, Fishu? You both get a win. It's a tied round, but it proceeds forward. I think that's the only thing that KK's taking issue with is this taking too long. It's poor kids. Okay, then that means that we are at 3-4 with a lead for KK, and we're going into round 7. It's a fair enough way to handle the situation. Dance when ready. Anybody want to reset their tomes, or are you good? Are you ready, KrazyKilla? That wasn't much of a dance. I'm unimpressed. Okay, all right. 3, 2, 1, fight! Do it for your kids, KK. They gotta go. But no throwing, okay? Can't speed this up like that. I do want to see if you tie this back up. You can't just speed run this. You gotta fight your way through this tanky boy.
The children shall suffer.
It is funny to have like, the first time we do this best of 15 thing be like 2 of the tankiest accounts in the entire game. It is what it is.
I just wish the fucking internet would work when I plug it into the generator. I mean, it just the broadband's always red. I don't know if that's an issue with me or.
Oh,
And it's like I'll sit there and it's on. It's green for power, but after I wait a while, the broadband just there it go. It's red. I don't know why.
Very frustrating. Ooh.
Fucking AT&T.
KK with some early poor trades, but he brings it back there with some good moves around the double DC, getting right behind him for that clock smack. And he's sticking with the cover, sticking with the speed, choosing to keep the attack speed plus instead of going over to like agility. Oh, he might have been swapping items there or something, but he took way too many hits there from Fishu, and Fishu ties it back up. We're at 4-4. Fishu takes round 7. You got this, KK. We got plenty of time. Your kids will be fine. They'll survive. Surely. 4-4. If you want to speed this up, you gotta take them out. It's the only way. Fishu's not gonna have it. Alright. Round 8. Let's do this. 3, 2, 1. Fight! Rocking that attack speed plus. That is one way to make these fights go faster, is wearing a zero defense hat. That's a way to go. Fishu hugging his pocket. He hasn't even taken a hit yet. I'm actually surprised that Fishu starts off with these stamina reducing hats. What was it? What's it called? Decaf? Decaf. Because for me, I struggle. I seriously struggle trying to start off a fight with RGH. I usually just stick with horns because I forget to swap, but I should swap like middle of a fight or something after you use up that stamina. Even DC trades here, lots of clock
Gotta
missing.
get that imp, boy.
I do think, I feel like the cover RGH hat is going to work out better than the bandit cover. You get enough agility to dodge out from certain things. But it is true that if you fight with the cover RGH hat, that you have a longer crouch jump, which can be frustrating sometimes if you're in a short fight. You just want to do like a quick hop to get away from an attack. Sometimes it sets you up to land poorly in certain places. But it's got enough of a speed advantage, you should be able to use it. Oh, almost thought Fishy was going to jump right back up and fight him up there. Fishy running away with his berry hat. Oh, berry hat is gone. Is that just the Y? Or that's RGH plus Ys? Or no, RGH
Yeah.
plus
No,
MGH?
RGH, MKH, yeah. That's the RGH on it,
MKH.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
because
that one's just better than RGH. I think
Mhm.
you got 2 strength, 5 vit, and the I think it was however much defense was on RGH, which I think was 6, right?
Fishy just do clock into clock? I didn't realize he had 2 of them equipped. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good hat. Now I'm gonna eventually have to do the stat reset. I already did the 1 point stat reset to make RGH work. And eventually when I get that hat, another 1 point stat reset. I feel like at that point I'm just gonna do like an entirely different build or something. Almost tempted to just go ahead and make one of these high agility builds, but I feel like that's
I
what
mean,
the feature.
20 ain't bad. I mean, that's what I got, and I know Nishan went from like 30 to 20 as well.
20 stamina or 20.
Oh no, 20 IG.
Oh, Agi. Yeah, 20 is a good place for
I like
agility.
15.
Oh, Fishu takes the lead, taking down
Nice.
round 8.
God, my day just got blown. I can't believe they just texted her that. Oh my god.
That's very sad for you.
Man,
This is hard
I'll take a flight to you.
time.
If the flights are even fucking open.
I don't know, man. I've only ever taken. I've had a couple of our guys take flights in California to other places in California, but I don't know what it's like traveling throughout the state right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's just fine. I feel like my grandma went to Pennsylvania and came back pretty recently.
I've taken like 1 or 2 flights before, or maybe it was just 1.
Fishu leading 5-4. I am very surprised that nobody has taken a 2-point lead so far. They're very evenly matched. I feel like, in terms of like pressures outside of the game, KK's got to deal with his family and his kids and whatnot. But then Fishu, on the other hand, it's like what 1 or 2 a.m. Fishu's got the tiredness factor going in here. Okay, this is a fight of like attrition. This is an endurance battle going on here.
He's still not worried. He chugging some G Fuel right now. He in his zone. He got some German rock on in the background.
Yeah, round 9. Round 9. 3, 2, 1. Fight. KK going back to the speed. Need for speed. Bandit cover style. Shooting for the feet. Doesn't quite land him yet. It's hard to time when they're just jumping straight up and down. I feel like I can never hit them. Oh, going for the fancy hat. KK just deciding, you know what? I just want that stamina back. All right, reset back to 0. Why not? Vishu, still confident. Hasn't taken a hit yet. Dodging out all these arrows. KK, a little tentative. Doesn't want to go in there with the cover. Find himself in an awkward situation. Good swap there by KK. Vishu doesn't quite face the right direction. Takes a huge amount of abuse jumping off the edge there. Damn. KK almost predicts that DC, not quite. Oh my gosh, KK with the huge damage. Vishu, I don't know if he didn't follow up on that clock because he didn't have the cooldowns or because he didn't have the stamina. I'd be surprised if it was the stamina this early, but there has been a lot of clocks and DCs going out. I'm thinking it's just the cooldowns weren't quite there. But at this point, with that many clocks going out, I imagine the stamina is going to get pretty low here. You know when the hammer comes out, that's like the desperation button. Bail me out of here. Crazy with a huge amount of pressure this time around. Landed so many hits. Definitely got Vishu on the run here. Vishu throwing out hammers left and right. KK not quite. Oh, I was gonna say not quite enough stamina to swing, but there it is. KK ties it back up. Nobody gets a 2-point lead. We're just gonna walk this through all the way to 8, as was predicted, as has been foretold. KK takes round 9.
Congrats on whoever wins. I gotta go for a little while, so
All right.
I'll catch y'all later.
See you later. Tied up 5-5. This is actually really epic. I really appreciate this fight. Somehow I felt like after it was gonna be even at the start, and then after 2 or 3 rounds there'd start to be like a clear winner here, but that is not the case. there is I feel like one person gets the lead, and then they kind of flub it up a little bit in the next round, and then just goes right back. There's not a lot of room for mistakes, I think, is what's being shown here. 1 or 2 missed hits is all it takes, and then you kind of lose the momentum of the fight. Crazy, let me know when you're ready. Feel free, take your time, swap out those weapons, anything you want to do. Take a couple deep breaths, distract the kids. Whatever you gotta do. All right, we're going into round 10. 3, 2, 1. Fight! If I can spell fight right, there it is. Alrighty, KK sticking with that strategy that he found to be a winning strategy in earlier fights here, which was the agility plus. I feel like when he swapped over to that attack speed plus with the cover strat, wasn't working too well. But nice swap. I think he got the swap off to RGH before that DC came in. I'm not 100% sure because it hit super early, and I didn't see the damage number there. I like the change over to Scythe here by Fishu. Knowing that Crazy is just gonna kind of jump in and put on the pressure. I think Scythe's actually really good if you're defending a particular location and you're baiting them to jump into it. But only awkward thing is if you use Scythe and then they respond with like a DC or something, that can be kind of bad. But double clock into a DC. Oh, he was sitting pretty right there after a great trade, but on the way out, Crazy with that agility gets right into position to DC him on the jump. You hate it and you love it. It's the way it is. Fishu running away here with his berry-flavored RGH, trying to get back a little bit of stamina. Fishu wants to put on the pressure, make Fishu take damage, reset that stamina regeneration. I didn't even think about the fact that KK still had a rapier on that hot bar. So that surprise factor almost kicking in. I think I've seen it hit a couple of times here throughout this entire set. Great bow hit. It's a hard hit to land. It's like right on the same platform with the other fellow. You could end up for your DC for your troubles, but takes one on the way out. Doesn't quite position too well there. Fishu confidently sitting in the corner. Getting a lot of ticks off here. Not 100% sure what KK's thinking. Sure, he's low on stamina, maybe just deciding, you know what, I don't care. I'm going to get out a knockout or something. But Fishy actually decided to go on the chase, which makes me think that he's super healthy. Feeling super confident. Oh, good duck. Love it. The duck actually does reduce your hitbox when it comes to those arrows. Gotta have that quick reaction on the fingers there in order to do that sometimes. KK swap into the hammer strats because he gave Fishy so many freaking ticks. I mean, very difficult to come back when you let a Vit tank sit for so long. It's very possible though. Sometimes I see people, I don't know, give up too early in those kind of situations because the comeback potential is real. But then again, if you get off a hammer that just gives you the whole round, then that's a way to do it. Hence why the clock and the hammer will be banned in JMAC's next tournament. Although KK taking a free DC with a 0 defense hat. Ow. That's all you can say. Ow. Almost with the prediction bow shot. Fishy with the fade away, almost taking the arrow. Reacts just in time. I find that the hammer does work better sometimes if you put on like 3 of them, because then it's like you swing once. Oh, nice, very nice by KK there. Fisher getting a little impatient. He doesn't need to be chasing. There's no need for it, but I mean, he wants to close out the round. You got to kill him at some point. And KK is a patient man, so you know he's just gonna sit. Stat-wise, he doesn't need to sit, but when you're playing against someone as crazy as KrazyKilla, you know that guy is going to run away forever. And you don't have the agility to run him down. Sometimes you can get yourself into poor trades by having to be the fellow chasing into the hammers and whatnot. I'd be very surprised if KK ends up winning this one with Fishu, the one chasing him down unnecessarily in a way. But such is the nature of fights with low agility accounts. I think Fishu, I mean, once he got off all those ticks, KK has disappeared for a few seconds here. You always got to be careful when you see somebody walk off the edge. I highly recommend just jumping around in place for a couple of, like don't just sit down, because we have seen it in the past where the invisible person comes back with a hammer and then knocks you off when you don't expect it. Oh, Fishu going flying off the edge there. Crazy does get the runaway with hammer strategy off. And takes round number 10. Now, at any point there, Fishu could have put on a cover of his own, maybe swapped over to Kodachi or something, kind of changed up the strategy, but he did stick with the defense, chasing with the defense hat. I feel like you choose one or the other. Yeah, right now it is a 6-5 KK lead. 6-5 KrazyKilla lead. I feel like, yeah, I always like kind of focusing on one thing. Like you go pure defense, and you're trading and whatnot, and you're sitting, or you're kind of in pure chase mode. That requires a lot of hat swapping and stuff, and you can find yourself taking poor trades if you don't find the hat you want in your inventory fast enough. At least that's what I find anyways. I suck at swapping stuff. Alright, going into round 11 here. This is, I think, one of my favorite fights. Two great PvPers fighting it out here. 3, 2, 1, fight! Both previous tournament champions. My brain is not working. Who the heck is the previous tournament winner? I feel like RCT took the last round robin we had with El Jefe in it. I gotta go look at this now. Agos events. Yep, RCT took it. Skate second, Fishu third. I think KK was not there for that one. Yeah, it's a poor person. Free for all. Whoo, very surprised that wasn't a knockout there. That was very close. That one was going to be the same. I'm surprised that KK even sat there with the hammer still and swung in the same place, knowing that like numerically it's not going to work out. But whatever, he got the hit off. Yeah. There you go, mind games. Sure. Now, if you stood in the same place and you put on a slightly higher strength hat and then you got it off, then I'd laugh. Pumice Panther in the background here, getting a Kodachi. Very nice. It's very much a must-have weapon for PvP, I think. I think Kodachi is still actually the best weapon in the game. I think you could PvP with just Kodachi. And, oh no, zero cover. The Josh pain. Alright, Fishu holding his ground. KK trying to take advantage of the patterns here of Fishu, but doesn't quite land the rapier. Glowing with the puns. Love it. Love to see it. Fishu on the approach. Gets smacked a couple times by bows for his trouble. And at this point, Fishu's the only one who's down with some health. He's going to want to just try to sit. Crazy, not going to want to see that happen. Putting on the pressure. Just having... That's the nice thing about having rapier is that, like, you don't need to use it at all. You could use it, like, maybe once per fight. But having it on your bar and them knowing it's on your bar, that's all the pressure you need. That makes it so they can't sit in certain situations. And if they have to sit in a little more complicated spots, sometimes it means they can't quite get off the tick that they wanted to get because they had to move more before they could sit, rather than just being able to just press X as soon as they can. And sometimes that's the trick to getting off a tick when you wouldn't otherwise. Tick of HP regen is being able to just press X as soon as you see an opportunity, and every little millisecond matters there. Great trades here by Fishu. Making up for that early bow hit for free that KK got. KK deciding that he never needs to actually put the pressure on Fishu if Fishu is going to get up and start chasing him. But probably means that Fishu's near close to full health here, honestly. Can tell he's full with the fact he's swapping over to the intelligence defense hat. I don't really know the stats on that. I think maybe 3 or 4. Wait, I think it's +7. I think it's +7 stamina that you get from the sorcerer's hat. I think that's got to be the most stat reducing hat possible. Is the berry and the RGH having like negative? That's ninja cover? Oh my god. Thank you very much, Fishu. Stopping in the middle of a fight to correct me. I don't know, there's something about looking at the hat that makes me think it was the sorceress. But I am 100% wrong. You're right. It's that the kind of felt look of the ninja cover. I've been commentating that hat all wrong. I thought whenever you swapped to that, you were just trying to get some stamina back, which could be true if you're trying to make some distance. But really, um, that's just the other version of what KK was using. I kind of like the steel look of the cover a little more than the. I don't know. It just looks like berry color to me. But all right, it's a little embarrassing. We're gonna move past that. We're gonna cut that out of the footage. We don't need that. Oh, good DC hits there by KK. Jumps out of the way. These fights are individually lasting so long that new tomes are having to be used. Fishu sticking with the tanky boy strats. Defense plus with the mega defense hat, sitting in a corner. Come at me. Now KK is definitely gonna benefit from these like long pauses in combat because the passive regen is usually gonna be KK who's suffering the most when stamina goes out because Fishu's gonna want to sit. So Fishu doesn't really mind if stamina runs out. Sitting is part of the plan in the first place. I mean, it is gonna put pressure on Fishu, and it's gonna suck if you can't swing in the right moment. But KK puts a little more pressure on KK because he can't sit. He doesn't have. He only has one option: go fight. Um, Normally, unless you just sit and you don't care and you think you're gonna get a knockout, which happened to happen once in this series already. So KK never listens to me. It's probably for its own good. But anyways, I find that to be really effective in a lot of fights. Is just intentionally not swinging, intentionally being near somebody, knowing that if you go all out at the beginning of the fight and you're all just swinging and missing and hitting and you just go through your whole hotbar, that then suddenly you're going to be out of stamina and you can't put pressure down anymore. So especially versus someone who has a lot of vitality and low speed, knowing that you've got all the time in the world. You can swing a couple of times, kind of get away from them a little bit, but stick within the range of a weapon. Maybe jump in there and see how they respond. Um, I feel like that's something that I would like to see people do more with Kodachi and with um, Oil Dagger once it becomes more of a common weapon, once more people pick it up, is using Oil Dagger not as a spam weapon to swing and use your entire bar. I feel like that's just 100% the way it's designed right now, and the damage it has is not going to work. But I think it does have value in being basically like fists, but doing a little more damage, where you can jump in there and swing at someone, and there's honestly a like psychological effect to being swung at. That's why fists actually works out sometimes. Oh, huge damage happening here. Oh my god. Love the I love how Bo is like there's almost a handshake sometimes when two people hit each other with DCs and then jump away. But no, Bo just it's just a complete disrespect. I'm gonna shoot you in the foot on your way out. You can't just sit up there and decide when you're gonna come back into my territory. KK taking round 11. I had to scroll back up for that. Oh, you want to close out Fishu? Relog and then completely close your client. Sometimes I find that helps in those situations. Not always, but KK taking another point in a row. You actually have a 2-point lead here for the first time in the set. KK has a 2-point lead. You're on 7 wins. That means you only need to win one more. So now at this point, with a 2-point lead and almost at 8 out of the 15 here, Fishu's got to win 3 in a row. Oh, it's scary. Anyways, I wanted to finish my point on the oil dagger. Is like just getting in there and punching somebody or hitting someone with the oil dagger or the Kodachi to a lesser degree, but I think Kodachi is really well designed in that it has such a long animation. So you get the nice speed of like a Spire or what's it called? What was the old one called? Katana in Stick Online. But you're dedicated to those two hits, which makes Kodachi, I think, a more well-balanced item than like Spire Dagger was or whatever. Whereas Oil Dagger, yeah, the whole point I think of that weapon, just to finish the point here, is that it's that psychological effect of if I get hit, I have to swing. It just messes with your brain. If you get hit by something, you feel like you need to swing. You feel like you need to hit them back, and using that can be to your advantage sometimes. But I'm looking forward to seeing that weapon more common here. But back to the fight at hand. Fishu is in a tough place here. It's been 1-1 back and forth this whole time. Now Fishu's got to find a way to win 3 in a row here. Let's see if he can get it one step closer. That's all he needs to think. One fight at a time. Doesn't need to think about the whole thing. You can shove that out of your mind. Just think the fight in front of me, the next swing, one step at a time. Let's get on with round number 12? 12. Oh, wait, did we do? No, that was 11 last time. Yeah, okay, I'm here. I'm ready. Round 12. 3, 2, 1. Fight! Alright, Fishu sticking to his guns. Attack speed plus is the way to go. Sometimes in a fight like this that goes on for this long, you might almost want to not start off with your favorite tome. Start off with like, I don't know, strength or agility if you don't even use it that much, or defense plus maybe as a starter. And then in the second half of the fight, swap over to your better tome. But that doesn't always work. I mean, if you get into like a straight just slap off like this one is, I honestly feel like Fishu is better built for a slap off, because if you're just doing a stat check, then KK doesn't have those 6 points in. But I honestly did not see 100% every hit that landed, so I don't know if KK was favored in that. But theoretically, I feel like Fishu would be favored in a slap off, especially if you have attack speed plus. Sometimes you if you're just pressing buttons, even if somebody has more combat stats than you in like strength and vitality, you can get off extra hits because of the speed of things going out. Doesn't quite work with cooldown plus. One of these days I'd like to see cooldown plus used a bit more in PvP. KK getting off a free DC just because the positioning and the speed there are really useful. Fishu not able to get that jump off in time. Oh, but he does get his combo. The Fishu special. Clock into double DC. Brings it back one fight at a time. I'd love to see it. Fishu takes round 12. Round 12, a round that nobody ever knew we'd ever see. But it's here. Dread it, run from it. Destiny comes. Alright, we're at 6-7. Fishu is determined to tie this back up to 7-7 to have that ultimate last fight. You know you want to see it. KK might not want to see it, but everybody else theoretically watching this at some point in time when I upload this in 3 years from now, they're going to want to see it. Don't disappoint them. No pressure. A little bit of pressure. I believe in you, Fishu. Ready up for round 13. 3, 2, 1. Fight! Let's see if Krazy engages in a slapfest once again, or if he sticks to the edges and checks out those bow shots there and whatnot with the speed. We will see. Definitely don't recommend the slap off if you're gonna run agility. I mean, like, it can work if you're doing Kodachis. If you're running double Kodachi, which I still feel is better with attack speed plus, but if you're gonna do it, maybe Agi plus would be like the second best, because sometimes people can get like when they're seeing a bunch of Kodachis come at them from a lot of different angles, and you're like stepping right behind them because of that agility. Sometimes you can kill people, and you just when you're hitting them that much, it's that hit factor. It's the nice thing about the double hit weapons. I feel like it's a thing. If you're just getting smacked a bunch, even if the damage numbers are low, it feels bad. Then you swing, then you miss, and then you get Kodachi'd again. It's very frustrating. As a tank player playing against these agility players, it sucks. Now Fishu, his number one strategy, which worked for him in so many of these fights, is that clock strat. And it's funny because it's like that strat is actually like I think it was stronger in prior builds and more strength oriented builds, but it's working out for him just fine when people have to approach into that territory, into the clock area. And Crazy has to constantly be thinking, okay, when I jump down into Fishu's territory, I need to bait out that clock first. And I think even Fishu sometimes in this fight, I don't know if all the time, has had maybe even two clocks. Um, so you have to like jump in there, try to bait that out, and then get in the hits. Which gives even longer time for the vitality to actually start getting some ticks in, because you're having to like, strategize and theorize how you get in there. The Fishu is saying, okay, I've got full health, I've got full stamina at this point, I think. But I don't really want to come up there. You come to me. We're down to the line. At some points into this set, Fishu has decided, fuck it, I'm just gonna chase him. But at this point, I think Fishu's saying, no. The winning strategy here is to just cap out here. Crazy saying that I'm not pressured. I get all the time in the world, but you don't. Knowing Fishu, Fishu will stay up until 5, 6 a.m. If he needs to. All right. Crazy, you got a family to think about. Oh, catching Fishu on the swap there, but used that scythe, so I had a little bit of time to respond there. I feel like scythe is a tougher weapon to use when you're chasing somebody else. It's definitely a better kind of response weapon. We'll see what KrazyKilla pops to on his next tome. Give me attack speed plus. It's weird that like attack speed plus is so good that it kind of what's it called? Overshadows, I guess is a word. Strength. Because I feel like strength is typically maybe the second or third best tome for a long time that people will go to. But attack speed plus, just because you can get off that damage and get away, or maybe get in an extra hit when you shouldn't have normally, and it just makes the whole any weapon use just feel better. That it just eclipses strength. I think that's the word I was looking for. I don't know like the exact situation that strength would be like better than defense plus or better than attack speed plus. It kind of feels like more of a PvE skill. Same thing for cooldown reduction and jump plus. But it's got its uses. I just don't know if I'd be able to like describe them perfectly. Sometimes I just feel like it's the right tome to use. I don't know how to say it exactly. It's probably a bad feeling. Fishu on the chase here with that definitely not a sorceress RGH hat. I never got that wrong. It's the speed RDH hat. They're actually wearing the same hat right now, which is very confusing for a commentator to talk about that they had the same hat. I don't know how you're supposed to give a name to that hat. It's cover RGH, but then do you reference the other one as RGH cover? I don't know. I guess it's fast defense hat. Zoom fast hit me hat. I don't know. Goofy making my life more difficult. That's all I'm saying. By adding all these amazing hats. KK bringing out the hammer, threatening that this whole thing could just end. Fishu's run here. He got that one win, but the attack speed plus and the sledge could just end it here. You could have full health. Doesn't matter. Sledge could end it. It's a scary proposition, and it's hard to get away from if you have one agility and you're not ever using a faster hat. Now, Fishu could decide at some point here, like if Fishu has like a lead, just a health lead, could decide to swap over to the hard hat. This is something I kind of wish people did more when you're facing someone who's using a sledge. Is like if you can get a couple hit advantage, that you no longer need to rely on all that defense that you get from RGH and whatnot, and you can get a decent amount with the hard hat, but you won't lose to that sledge strategy. But too often I find people just say, nope, sledge broken, too OP, and not accurately responding to it. I feel like sticking to like one strategy. I don't know. KK with the zoom hat and the zoom strats. I feel like this individual fight here has lasted maybe the longest of any of our fights. I haven't seen too much just straight running, and I don't feel like banning the bottom area would necessarily change how this fight has been flowing so far. Maybe I will at some point if it goes on for too long, because it does give like an avenue for people to run away from. But it's just been a slow, thoughtful kind of fight of like, how do I approach this? Kind of resetting the mojo of it here and there. KK desperate to close this out here and now and not bring it to that stressful final match. Fishu, likewise, he wants to see it. He wants to see the championship here. I don't know if either of you guys have the new hit skin, the JMac thought of one. I don't know what's called, the cursing one, but that could be on the line. Oh, a little bit of teleportation. Crazy back up on the top there. I'd be very sad if it gets closed out by some kind of crazy ping thing. Fingers crossed that does not happen. Oh, the old rapier, what a hit right there. It was good in theory. It was perfectly fine. I really like it, but didn't quite land. But I just love that KK has kept that on his hotbar here. Now KK again is deciding, nope, I'm not going to get baited in to the Vit strat. I'm not going to let that change how I do this fight. I find it questionable, but KK has their own thoughts about this. All right, this is his fight to have. I can comment here and there, but at the end of the day, it's the PvPers. It's a gut feeling you have in the middle of a fight. Yeah, exactly. I think Crazy knows that Fishu is just not going to go for any kind of agility hat. So if he needs to, he can run away and sit. Fishu willing to play this one out. Now, because this individual fight has gone on for so long, I think that let's see here, in another minute, we do got to end this at some point. So let's see here. It's 4:07. So starting, let's see here. I'm going to give you like a minute. After 4:07, I'm going to say 1 minute, and that's in 10 seconds from now. So I'm going to say 1 minute, and then the bottom stone area will be banned. I don't think that'll change that much about this fight, but we got to do something here. So now, starting in 1 minute from now, 1 minute, the bottom area will be banned. So it's just fine now, still usable. I'll mention again at 30 seconds when it's banned, and then I'll count down from 10 once I'm in there. Just got to put a little pressure on this thing to get going here. It is now 30 seconds until the bottom stone area is banned. 30 seconds. There's a lot more fighting going on here on the sides. We got 20 seconds. 15 seconds. The bottom area is banned. All right, we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bottom stone area is banned. Garfield with the perfectly timed. I swear to God, that's goofy. It's not a robot. Alright. Pressure's on. A lot of trading happened there while I was looking at the clock, so I'm not sure actually who has the lead. Commentating's a little off here. KK, and at this point, Fischer has the defense plus, KK with the attack speed plus. Obviously, the original tones have timed out like several times over. I feel like this has been like a 10 or 15-minute long fight. We had to ban off something. I've never had to ban off additional area. I don't think I'll have to. Because it's a lot easier to chase people once that bottom area is banned because they have to jump past you in order to escape you at that point. So that's why I find that's just necessary in certain fights. Even though you guys weren't really running that much, it's going to change a little bit of the options that are available. Usually I like to keep every strategy open for as long as possible because sometimes some strategies are just slow. Stemming people out. It's just a slow strategy sometimes. And I never want to say, no, only a certain build can be successful because something's going to happen. But you guys have had plenty of time. These trades are actually epic. Like it's so minimal every single time. And some people find it really frustrating when you run out of stamina. I find it, especially when you're both out of stamina, to be the most hilarious of fights. When like the punches are coming out, when you're just desperately trying to get in a single hit. That tree trimmer is actually a massive weapon in this particular context. When you're both really low on stamina and really low on health, and you're just trying to get off those ticks, especially if you have like you're against a tank. I'm kind of surprised that KK hasn't used more of the tree trimmer throughout this entire fight, because it really is a tank buster kind of weapon. Because then even if they sit, their sit is now delayed. Their ticks are now delayed. And so you can sit at the same time they sit, but they're still taking damage, and their timer hasn't started yet on their sit. So you hit them with one tree trimmer, you let the poison go. Oh, the double clock into the DC. It doesn't hit the second DC. Ooh. KK's gotta be low. I think. I don't know. Don't take my word for it. Oh boy. I think you guys both gotta be low. You've been slapping each other for way too long. Oh my god, the bow. That freaking bow. Oh, KK takes a free DC. You know KK's feeling tentative after being slapped for his trouble last time. I don't know. I feel like this late into a fight, KK's got to keep the pressure on, but it's just letting the sit happen. Pishu, I think, pretty happy that the pressure's off here. It's got to be like half health by now. Oh my gosh. Let's see if KK can come back after this. In a way, Sledge might be even stronger now with that bottom area banned out. It's a little harder to knock people out down there. Whereas if you're if you're chasing someone into that top area and you know they have to go up there, Sledge might be able to hit you out. But the same thing applies to KrazyKilla. I mean, it's even standings here. It's just a more terrifying situation here when you got less area to work with. Don't know why Fishu jumped up there, but maybe just showing that Fishu's not afraid. Ready to fight whenever KK's ready. Okay, I think this was really tense. You guys had it down to like a critical moment, and you pressed the reset button. The championship is on the line. I get it, but it's very frustrating here. I'm entertained. I don't know if the audience will be. This is like a 30-minute fight, but I'm very entertained. All right, get going in there. Now I hadn't ever talked about how the heck this would work if you get sledged out into a banned area. That's a really good question, but yeah, I guess that is out. I mean, we're gonna play it like that here. Maybe we can have discussions about that later. I had just never talked about it. I had never clarified that. So let's just say it's out. So both participants, please be aware But if you get knocked into the banned area, that is considered a win. I just never ran into that situation before. I never thought about that. That's why I like these bi-weekly tournaments. They're not official tournaments. Oh my god! Did Fisher get knocked out? Oh my god! KK just won with the candy cane. Didn't even knock him out into the band area. Knocked him out into the stands. Traditional. Oh my god! What a series. Oh, KK takes round. What the hell round was that? 13. 13? Okay, takes round 13 and takes the series. Fishu disappears. I don't know if you're resetting or if you're going to sleep. round 13 goes to KK. Good lord.